Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with Willie Young. We've made it halfway through this week's Marvel or DC Image books. Now it's time to keep on trucking, though, with Dark Knights of Steel Allwinter number 2. So where we left off in the main story, Vandal Savage had hired Slade, a mercenary, to kidnap, if possible, kill if not, a young boy. Turns out, however, that young boy was in the care of Slade's ex-wife, Adeline. And the issue opens with Slade reminiscing about Adeline and then realizing that she's injured, and so after the last issue, and so the young boy, Alec, is pushed aside by Slade, and Slade does what he can to take care of Adeline. Then Slade escorts the two of them to the inn they're staying at, and address Adeline's wounds. But Adeline points out that Slade still sells his sword to Vandal Savage. He hasn't changed, but Slade calls himself a soldier. But she says he's an assassin, and she spent the last 20 years trying to mop up the blood that he spilled. But Adeline and Alec leave to continue their journey. Adeline asks about her relationship with Slade, as well as their sons, but they're interrupted by Slade's daughter, Rose. Adeline states that she will only Rose will only take Alec over her dead body, and well, that's the terms acceptable to Rose. So Rose and Adeline fight, but Slade interrupts the fight and takes over for Adeline, impaling Rose on a dead tree. Then proceeds to continue escorting Adeline and Alec, though Rose has impales the two, Adeline and Slade, on a tree branch, is about to behead Slade, but Alec lets out a massive blast of power, and two of his fingers turn green. So I get the feel that's where the first part of the story ends. I get the feeling that Alec is, if nothing else, because of the name, this is brand of Swamp Thing. We also have a a backup story, Heir to the Sea, Chapter 2. At the city of Lewin, General Grant, General Grant and General Waller are watching the two armies fight one another, including Atlantean. Both seem to be Atlantean armies, though. And Waller suggests that they should simply fire arrows into both armies, but Grant figures, hey, maybe one of them could be an ally. But they're attacked by a sea swell. They're attacked by a wizard commanding the sea. Jim Gordon and Jonathan Martha Kent do what they can to find survivors. Martha's found a newborn in the rubble. And one of the Atlanteans shows up and stating that the child is both Atlantean and human, could breathe in the air and the sea, all because she made a mistake and gave the Manta the excuse he needed. And that is where the issue ends. So it looks like we're getting the origin of Dark Knights of Steel Aquaman as well. It was pretty obvious because with Atlantis being part of the story. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Jenny Sparks, #1. This is a Black Label book focusing on the character from The Authority. But now, one point of apparently in the continuity of this series, Jenny's been around all the while on the DC Earth, and she's a Century baby. Never, but she managed to survive the 20th century. She's the spirit of the 20th century, in fact. And so the issue opens. Jenny waking up. Apparently, Batman's there to see. Has broken into her room to speak with her, and we have 5 others, or 5 others. One of whom is or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others. The 6th one is apparently stopped by Captain Atom. But we're getting the story. The issue is first with Jenny just doing what she has to do. But apparently, Batman's there to speak with Jenny about Captain Atom. And Superman is flying around, circling the city, Los Angeles. X-ray vision's having trouble with the radiation Captain Atom is putting out, and he's trying to use his ears, but it's a loud city. Diana's on Paradise Island, has been alerted, and is standing by. Then, but Jenny's gonna, deal with Captain Adam. We see him sitting on a park bench. At one point, nude. At one point, in his protective shell. Another point in his military uniform. He's talking about an old man who feeds the pigeons every day. But Adam states he can just cook the pigeons if the old man wants. Then Jenny is relocated to a hotel room in the Beverly Hotel. We see more with the other people. One's a judge, one's a therapist, one's a young professor, one's an executive, and one is at least a dog owner. But turns out that Captain Adam killed the old man. Jenny's on the case. She was summoned by the LAPD, and states that she's the bitch who keeps them in line. Superheroes, that is. Detects the energy of Captain Adam. Captain Adam stops another truck driver. Destroys his truck. Potentially speaking, destroying him. Apparently, Captain Adam's wanting to become God. So Jenny points out that she met God once. He was a real dick. So she killed him. And Jenny zaps him with a bolt of lightning. That hurting people like Captain Adam is kind of her thing. But Captain Adam snaps her neck and moves on. We get memories of splash memories. Parents leaving on the Titanic. An autopsy. Nukes pointed at the Russians. Looks like a version of the events of the first story arc of Authority. But yes, the other person, the bartender, and apparently everyone, the therapist, the executive, the professor, the judge, are all going in the bar. Batman's at the morgue in Los Angeles, identifying Jenny's body. But Captain Adam decides he's thirsty and needs to get a drink. Stops in the bar. A note's been written on a cocktail napkin later. Hostages are good. Hostages are good. There are 3 things he wants. 1, wants to be God. 2, wants his family returned from the past. And 3, the ham sandwich. Rye, lettuce, tomato, or no tomato, mayo, and mustard. Jenny shows up alive and well, and states that he's gonna get the ham sandwich. And the issue ends with Jenny about to enter the bar, presumably for hostage negotiations. Interesting start. I'm especially liking Tom King's Black Label minis, um, like oh, Strange Adventures, Human Target. So, really good books, and I dig the Jenny Sparks character. Moving on though to our last book for the moment, we've got Destro #3. Where we left off, Destro had gone to the ancestral McCullen family crypt. But a assassin was lying in wait for him, known as the Chameleon. Destro tries to fire a wrist rocket at the Chameleon, but his wrist rockets aren't working. But he takes a bullet in the head from a sniper rifle. Of course, he's got that steel-plated head, so you know. But Destro's able to get the drop on his assassin. The two of them duke it out. And apparently some of his drones have appeared. So the stolen drones. At Mars, Mercer and Scrap Iron are looking at the drones that attacked from the Darklonia attack. And he states, Scrap Iron states that if he didn't know any better, he'd think that the drone had quantum computing capabilities. And the rockets, they have a lithium polymer guidance system that means they can change trajectory after launch. Scrap Iron states that the only weapons that smart he's seen are the bat designs, and Destro was only able to get those functional using Energon as a power source. But Mercer states that they can't be that smart. The rocket that almost hit Destro was a dud. Scrap Iron says that it wasn't. It's not a dud. He doesn't know why it didn't explode, but Mercer's holding the very volatile core of a fully functioning missile. But the thought is that the attack was staged by Tomax and Zaymont, but with the weapons present, it doesn't look like look like it's theirs. And Mercer wonders, Destro's taking Mars to war with Tomax and Zaymont because they attacked the Darklonia arms fair. What if they did? What if they weren't the ones that did it? Their focus is on manpower, market manipulation, not weapons tech. They just don't have the resources. But and Mercer says they need to find Destro and to give him this information. The drones are attacking Destro, but he gets his little his remote targets pilots his pod, but Chameleon manages to stay out with the drones. And we get the story of Destro's Iron Mask. It was created for McCulloch in the 14 Years' War, and placed on his face while it was still molten. But he wears it as a matter of of how Destros thrive. He's explaining this to General Flagg, adding that if Mars is dismantled or falls into hands unwilling to supply the U.S., what happens when the next war begins? And the American defense says a war will begin, won't it, General Flagg? But that's definitely got the General's attention. And that is where the issue ends. Of course, Destro's going to play both sides against all sides against the others. Can't say I'm surprised. That's kind of his shtick. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.